What's up, guys? Jordan Patton here with a brand new video, and tonight, in honor of finally getting over the 50 subs hump on YouTube, I am going to go ahead and do my collection tour of my diecast and my NASCAR memorabilia and whatnot. I know 50 is a very small number compared to a lot of other diecast review channels, but you know what, I'm getting there, and I've gotten some good support, some good feedback, and I really appreciate everyone who has followed me on my Instagram page, everyone who reaches out to me on my YouTube channel and whatnot, and likes and subscribes. So I really appreciate it. And I've had a couple of people requested on my Instagram that I do a collection tour of my whole collection. So I'm going to go ahead and do that as of May 2nd, 2018. This is my collection. So we're going to start off at my door. I have my 32 years, 32 champions, one ball joint. My poster that's been on here forever. Probably the reason why I remember all the NASCAR past champions from 1966 to now. So pretty cool poster. Probably should get it framed. You know, it's got a little rip. Probably should try to preserve it for a little while because it's a really cool poster. And I got a Clint Boyer poster. It's kind of random, been there forever as well. So, anyways, so let's go ahead and take a look at my race wins, my 2017 race wins. I've kind of slacked. I'm trying to collect every single one of them that they release, but I've kind of slacked off. They haven't released a lot here lately, but just had a lot going on. So there's been a lot of other diecasts that I've wanted more. But anyway, so let's just, I'm not going to go into depth, just going to kind of scan through them. I might talk about one that, you know, I really feel like I need to say something about, but, you know, just pretty much going to show my collection real quick. Just really have enjoyed this hobby, and there's my new top three. He's in my top three of drivers. Bubba Wallace, one of the drivers that I was able to get an autograph from at Bristol. Really cool guy, and he's really got potential. If Chevrolet and Petty can just, you know, figure out a way to stay consistent, I feel like he'll be in victory lane. Probably at a plate race, but we'll see. Down here, got some of my random 2016-15 race wins. There's my Kyle Larson Michigan win, which has gotten pretty rare, so pretty proud of that one. And my sole truck of my collection, Ben Kennedy's Jacob Engineering Chevy Silverado race win from Bristol. Jeff Gordon's final win from Martinsville is Exalta 2015 Exalta Chase for the Cup car. Some of my 2017s. Greg Alden was another driver I was able to get a autograph from at Bristol a couple weeks ago. Of course, there's some of my loose authentics that I got doubles of. So there's that. There's some boxes that I really need to find a spot for. Here's my little Corvette collection, mixed in with a Mustang and a Camaro. But this Mustang I want to point out because it's actually pretty cool. I know it's not NASCAR related. Kind of is, kind of not. Got Carroll Shelby's signature on there. My dad used to work at a Ford dealership as a salesman, and he came in one time with one of the demo GT500 Super Snakes or something like that, and signed this diecast for my dad. My dad gave it to me, so it's a pretty cool thing to have. I might actually show that off on my Instagram page soon. Over here is my little RCR kind of shelf right here. Got your Dillon brothers and one Ryan Newman car. Mainly Austin Dillon stuff over here, and a couple Brian Scott cars. Got my Dale Jr. driven poster. And I got some Dale Sr. 143rd cars over here. Got his 87 Wrangler and his, I believe, 1995 car. Not really sure. It doesn't say. It's either 95 or 96. But and here's a 1992 164 Racing Champions Darrell Waltrip car with rubber wheels and some scribble on the back. My dad found it somewhere. I can't remember if I think he found it at a flea market. But pretty cool piece to have. Conveniently sits up there. Here's a I can't remember what it's called. It's like Contender Series or something. Paul Menard car. It's not really that bad looking of a diecast. I should probably actually display it, but never have. Anyways, there's all my loose 164s from my childhood. So I'm not going to go into those. If you guys want me to actually go through that one day, you know, just give a comment or something, and I might do it. Just depends. And here's me trying to get out of here, Nerf ball. And here's my I've been trying to get cars from my childhood. Some of these that I have, but in the packaging, just kind of me being very nostalgic. Even though I never had, these are actually 4 cars I never had. That's from my childhood years. There's the 1996 Labonte Championship Pit Crew set from Racing Champions. Got a few of my DEI cars over here, and Carrie Earnhardt, my DEI car, but you know, still related. Steve Parks, Rockingham win, one of my favorite pieces I have. And then here's Jason Keller / John Andretti. I say / John Andretti because Jason Keller never actually raced that car. I'm not sure about the story behind it, but John Andretti actually raced in the 2003 Brickyard 400. There's Truex first Busch Series win. His primary paint scheme for his championship season, rookie season. Down here, got some Harvick cars and a Mike Skinner car. Got his Reese's car. Got his Sylvania car they drove in the 2002 fall Busch Series race. I want to say he finished second or something like that. I remember watching that race. And his 2001 Busch Series championship car. Mike Skinner's Lowe's car. His 2001 Rookie of the Year car. And back there is a 1/18 scale Dale Earnhardt Jr. 2004 Dale Earnhardt Jr. edition Monte Carlo SS. Pretty cool piece to have. I do believe they make the Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, and Dale Sr. one as well. I've seen the Dale Sr. one when I was at Bristol. And down here got some random cars. Got a couple of Team Calibers. This one, got a couple that my friend from work, Caleb Barrett, got me. Go ahead and give him a shout out for getting me. He takes care of me when it comes to the diecast. He sees one. So, pretty cool of him. Got a couple of Rookie of the Year cars. These aren't actually the Rookie of the Year edition cars, but they are both Casey Kane and Jamie McMurray's rookie cars. Anyways, that's that case, and this is another car I like to spotlight. The 2001 Daytona 500 winner, Michael Waltrip. This is one of the 2 elites I have in my collection. You can see all the grime on this case, but whatever. Definitely one of my favorites in my collection. I got that for what I think is a steal, because it's hard. You don't see a lot of these. I haven't seen a lot of them. I've looked up this car quite a bit when I was looking for just the standard. I was actually just looking for the standard finish one, the 2001 standard paint scheme, which I found. And I found this and got it, but I bid it on the regular one. So it was kind of cool. Anyways, that's pretty much it for that case. And this is my Dale Jr. Shrine. There's another car that Caleb got me. Shout out to Caleb again. Both of his Menards cars. And of course all his primary paint schemes in the Cup Series from 99 to 2017. There's my second 124. That is not a winner's circle, so my second platinum car I got. It's got a little crack on the windshield because when I had these displayed over here, one of my 164 cars fell on it and I'm very pissed about it. I'm sure I could just find a window. I actually have a Terry Labonte 2003 bank that I could probably replace it out with if I ever just think about it. There's all his cars in the 8. His 2007 COT through the Hendrick years. 2009, awful year for Dale Jr. And then we get to a couple of my favorite paint schemes. I really love the 2012 Standard and 2013 and 2014. Those are probably my favorite Hendrick Standard schemes from his Hendrick years. These aren't awful either, but. And then here's his 2017, his last primary car. And here is my favorite car he drove from last season, and actually one of maybe my favorite Dale Earnhardt Jr. paint scheme of all time. He's actually had a couple this year that are in my top 10 at least, and there's one of them right there, the USA car. And let's go ahead and go to this. I'm having a brain fart. This shelf over here, which contains mostly his race wins. There, his first race win produced. This is the Revell version, which isn't cheap. It's hard to find for under $40. I know they made all 3 of these race wins in action in elites. They have this one in a RCCA elite, and this one as well, but you don't get the Wilson with the elite of the Dover win. And this one means a lot to me because this was the first. I didn't see this race on TV, the 2001 Pepsi 400, but I did see this one. That was the first time I saw him win. I always thought it was the coolest thing in the world. I remember it was a week after 9/11. I do remember them talking about that Wilson ball, so I remember that very vividly. And then here's some more of his race wins. His 2003 Dago win, his controversial win where he went under the yellow line, forced under it, whatever you want to call it. 2003 Phoenix win, which at the time of recording this video, is my newest car that I actually just got today. So really happy to add this one to my collection. His Bristol Sweet cars, his 2004 Menards Busch Series car, and his Cup car from that race. And here is one of the harder ones to find. It's not one of the more expensive ones. Okay, I've seen it. Okay, it is. I've seen it range from like $70 to $100 something, but I've only seen 2. This is the second one I ever seen on eBay, and I looked it up quite a lot to try and find it. But finally found it and got in a bidding war and was able to win. So here's my first COT 124 that I got for Christmas of 2008. This is actually the liquid or color chrome version. I'd like to get the standard someday. And his last Daytona win is 2015 Patriotic Scheme. There's all those, and down here is a couple of the random cars. I got knocked around somehow, but there's your just your standard Dale Jr. MLB All-Star Game car, which I didn't know until quite recently that he actually drove this car at the 2001 All-Star race. I didn't know that for the longest time. I thought it was just the 2001 Pepsi 400 he drove it. And then here's my first. I'm gonna go ahead and spotlight this one. My first 124 Platinum Diecast, and I learned a valuable lesson to always hold on to these things. My dad kept it in a case for me and told me not to play with it. He only let me see it every once in a while, but eventually I piston moaned, and eventually he said, "Alright, well, you can play with it." And I dropped it, and it's got the deck lid sprung so it doesn't shut all the way, and the crack right here. So I learned a very, very valuable lesson with this car, but it's definitely probably not worth much to anyone else because it's all banged up, but it's worth quite a bit to me. And then here is Dale Jr.'s 2008 GoDaddy car they drove in the Nationwide Series at Texas. And I didn't point this out even. This is my lug nut that I got from being a prize winner in the Paint the 88 promotion back in 2010. I think I was like in the top 5 or something like that. So I received a authentic lug nut from Martinsville Speedway. And I don't know if it's from this one. I don't know why. I thought I had a piece of paper that had said when I got it what race, what date it was actually used. And I remember it being the spring 2010 race. This is where he drove the sugar-free Lightning car. I don't remember that for sure, but for some reason I remember that, so I went ahead and got that scheme. It's a good-looking scheme anyway. Then here is his 2014 Dale Call Diet Mountain Dew car. Dale Call, one of my favorite Dale Jr. commercials of all time. This is also the chase version of the Diet Dew car. So that pretty much does it all for that shelf. We got a back here action figure right here from Winter Circle. Got my amp can from when he first started racing for Hendrick, right there. And here's my KFC promotional cup. He only drove for KFC once in his entire career, back in 2004. And there's his tribute to his grandfather. There's his Elvis COT, which is one of the best looking paint schemes. I really need to get a 1/24th of this one. That's actually one of the first COTs I ever got. And there's Back in Black, loose, unopened, and here's open, and here's the whole set of the Back in Black DEI cars. And right here got some loose Authentics again from 2016. Let's go ahead and go on to Wave 88, which took me forever to find. It took forever to hit stores where I live, and I was actually really surprised when I saw it. I'd pretty much given up on these. Of course, I had to buy the whole wave. And, it's been a long time since I've got a trailer, but I had to get Dale Jr.'s last trailer in the Authentics line, which I still think is pretty cool that they're making them actually look like the actual haulers themselves. So I got it to put with my appreciation, Junior Nation appreciation shelf, I call it. And here's the rest of his 2017 cars. My second favorite scheme from this year, the Mountain Dew green car. I cannot wait till the Talladega race version comes out. I know I'm not going to be able to see my name, but I know it was on there. That's all that matters. Nationwide Children's car. His throwback to his AC Delco Busch Series car. The Ducks Unlimited car he raced at Bristol last fall. And of course his final ride from Homestead. Not the race version, obviously. But I'm also can't wait to get that one as well. And here is one of the 4 Exalted variants. Here's the Mako car, his last all-star car, if you will. Which, if you say that, it makes it seem more legitimate, I guess. There's his Gray Ghost throwback that he raced at Martinsville that he actually got to race this year, or last year. And his Justice League car, which got changed and made look a lot different than its original design, because of course NASCAR is like no on the can't have different colors on different sides. And here's 2 Xfinity cars that he ran last year: his Degree car that he ran at Richmond, and his Goodies car that he ran at Bristol. And then down here we have this is actually a model that I actually painted the inside. Well, didn't paint, but that Sharpie that I used to color the window nets and the dash and stuff. So I just put that together. I found it at a Goodwill for like $2, so I got it and put it together. And here's a Revell, born on date from 2005. Doesn't have any opening hood or whatever. And then here's my birthday car. His dual win car from 2004, and it has my birthday on it. So of course I had to get this one. And here's a little Bernie Lamar car hiding under here. I bet a lot of people don't remember old Bernie Lamar. Drive for Kevin Harvick Incorporated or Racing or whatever it was. But anyway, so I'm going to have to make this a two-parter. So thank you for watching part 1, and for the rest of my collection tour, go ahead and click on part 2.